In today's news, I'm absolutely fuming, and you should be too. It is official. We are now in a Great Depression, and this crisis can still get worse. At least, according to Goldman Sachs, stock concentration is now at Great Depression levels because the market cap of the largest stock is now 750 times the market cap of the 75th percentile stock. To put this in perspective, even at the peak of the 2000 dot-com bubble, the metric only hit 550x. We are now at 750x, that's 200 more. We officially have a higher stock concentration than the peak of the 1932 Great Depression. And this crisis, this insanity, is a direct result of the reckless, irresponsible overspending and fiscal monetary system the government has put us on. And worse still, and this really grinds my gears as it should grind yours too, Democrats in Congress want the Fed to raise its inflation target to 3% and beyond, permanently ramping up inflation, and it could still get very much worse.
A couple weeks ago, Jerome Powell was hauled into Congress to explain why the Fed, which is supposed to fight inflation, instead manufactures inflation for a living. Just kidding. This is Congress. In fact, Jerome Powell was hauled in to explain why the Fed doesn't crank up inflation even more. Or as the gathered Congress things put it, raise the inflation target from 2%, where it's been for decades, up to 3% and beyond, where it can fleece Americans gooder and harder. In a recent exchange, Ohio progressive Sherrod Brown pressured Jerome why he doesn't cut rates right now to, quote, prevent workers from losing their jobs. Or as squatty Ayanna Pressley put it, quote, interest rates are too damn high. Powell responded that cutting rates could hike inflation, and he emphasized that the 2% target isn't going anywhere. In fact, he emphasized it 7 different times in the span of 5 minutes, which you only do when you're talking to stupid people. The exchange illustrates what should be one of the scariest things in Washington right now, the fact that Jerome Powell is actually the hard money guy in D.C. He's under constant pressure to hike his target to 3, 4, and beyond. I had a series of videos last year tracing out what happens if the Fed does hike its target, but in short, would massively intensify the boom-bust cycle, so bigger tissue fires, bigger collapses, while obviously eroding your dollar that much faster and, for better or worse, accelerating the great paper money Ragnarok that history says is coming. As for what comes next, if the guy who just engineered the worst inflation of 40 years is literally the hard money guy in DC, we are in trouble. Powell's term is up in 26. Trump has already said he won't reappoint since Powell is, quote, political. On the other hand, a second-term Biden may well give in and replace Powell with a proper inflationist, of which there are many waiting in the wings. That happens, we could get a money printer that makes $6 trillion Powell look like a pipsqueak.
When government spending and debt is out of control, the chances of their currencies failing is much higher. That is why the dollar continues to collapse. It would explain why central banks are buying gold and actively looking for a stablecoin as a digital counterpart for the likes of Ripple and XRP. But the silver lining, as confirmed in this interview with former CFTC chairman Chris Giancarlo, the future is everything that Ripple and XRP are striving for. Therefore, XRP can't remain dirt cheap. Just you watch.
Whether or not one country deploys central bank digital currencies, all of us are going to be dealing with CBDCs, stablecoins, and crypto in the century to come. That sometimes fashionable debate that rages, especially in Washington, between CBDCs, stablecoins, and crypto is a false choice. The future is all of the above.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, be good day, and good night.